watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your Midday News Break.
Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran. Your Midday News Break is right here. The community of Shreveport came together for a national night out. The police department made their way around the community to a number of block parties scheduled throughout neighborhoods. At police headquarters, there were many things to do for the community, including a baby crawl where baby Elijah the Great was the baby who crawled the fastest and won. And now this one is my favorite. There was a karaoke contest between the police department and fire department. I wish I was there to see that. But this is all in an effort to create strong relationships between neighbors and the police department.
Since I moved here, we've lost 16 neighbors. So we just did a plaque just to let them know we're praying for them and thinking about them. I love my neighbors.
Community members had the chance to get to know police officers and get to know their neighbors. The SPD says this year's National Night Out was the biggest they had ever seen. And shots were fired in Greenwood Tuesday morning at a storage facility when a man trying to repossess two 18-wheelers is confronted by the man financing them. Caddo deputies say an argument broke out, which then led to a shootout. They say the suspect ran from the area and broke into some nearby apartments. He eventually came back to the storage facility and was met by police. There, another shootout began. As the suspect tried to escape, he hit a semi-truck, causing it to run into the storage facility and overturn it. The suspect was arrested and the repo man was taken in for questioning. Now here's an update on this Money Matters topic. There is a plan in place for Bossier City to cut $50,000 of funding from the Bossier Arts Council, and this plan may be farther than a done deal than some people thought. The group made a plea to City Council Tuesday to keep the money, which was proposed to be cut on January 1st. Now, since 2018, the Arts Council has used this money to book and manage and promote events in the East Bank Plaza. The executive director says at this point, while losing the funding would be a big blow on their budget, it's more than just the money.
So it's important because of the programming and the relationships that we help to groom and establish and maintain with various organizations. And it's not just artists and creatives. We have veterans organizations that use it. We have the markets, small businesses that are beginning to grow. They get their start selling in our markets there.
Bossier City Council will hear from the public at its meeting on October 18th and make a decision then. Now, there are a few political campaign ads that people are talking about. They're getting plenty of attention on social media. For example, incumbent Senator John Kennedy released an ad where he talks about the high crime rates in Louisiana and says, if you hate cops because they're cops, call a crackhead. And he's not the only one taking a swing at this form of political advertisement. Ahead of Election Day, now this leads us to our question of the day. Giving you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. Today's question of the day is right here, and we want to ensure we hear from you, and your voice truly does matter here. Today's question of the day is, how do you feel about Louisiana Senator John Kennedy's controversial political ad? Go ahead and put your answer in if you approve or disapprove of this type of political advertisement in a general sense. But this was one example here as Senator John Kennedy's controversial political ad that has gained a lot of attention as of late. Now that's all we have for now, but don't go anywhere. We have more to come on your midday news break in just a few minutes.
Watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your Midday News Break.
Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran with your Midday News Break. Discussing a safety matters topic to start it off here with Bossier Parish Schools trying to create a safe space for students who ride the bus. Drivers now have an extra set of eyes helping them watch the roads. Since 2007, all buses had at least 2 cameras. Now fast forward to 2015 when all buses had 4 cameras installed.
We don't want to have one accident because a driver was distracted or a driver didn't know how they're supposed to drive around buses.
The videos are then submitted to local law enforcement to be reviewed. It costs $3,000 to add 4 cameras to a bus. The school board recently approved the purchase of 6 new school buses and 1 special education bus. They hope to add new cameras and put those buses to service by next school year. Now here is an update Miller County officials are happy to share. Office workers are now moving back into the Miller County Courthouse after being away for almost 2 years. Crews have started moving office equipment and furniture into the office of the circuit clerk and county judge. Back in February of 2021, the building was flooded after water pipes bursted during the ice storm. Since then, county offices have been located at different locations throughout Texarkana. The move back into the courthouse should be complete by the end of November. Now, it's so often police officers enter people's lives during a time of crisis and uncertainty. But National Night Out is a nationwide community building campaign aiming to bring police and neighbors together under positive circumstances. National Night Out is designed to strengthen police relationships in the community, and SPD says this year's National Night Out was the biggest they had ever seen. Now, there are political campaign ads that people are talking about. They're getting plenty of attention on social media. For example, incumbent Senator John Kennedy released an ad where he talks about the high crime rates in Louisiana and says, if you hate cops because they're cops, call a crackhead. And he's not the only one taking a swing at this form of political advertisement ahead of Election Day. Now, this leads us to our question of the day. All right, going to give you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. Today's question of the day is right here. We want to hear from you and make sure you know that your voice matters here. All right, today's question of the day is, how do you feel about Louisiana Senator John Kennedy's controversial political ad? Go ahead and put your answer in if you approve or disapprove of political ads like this. And if you're interested in reading more about any of the stories we've shared today, you can visit those at KTALnews.com to learn more, or download our app at KTAL News Now. Hope you guys have a great and safe rest of your day.